Welcome to Real Bass Lessons. Today I want to teach you some little soloistic things that are kind of fun. I jam around with my students all the time and we work on specific things. And here we're going to talk about a little bit of D minor pentatonic. Now I know everybody says, oh, I know all my pentatonics. Well, I'm not going to try to teach you what pentatonic is. I'm going to assume you do know it. Here's a little pentatonic scale. Now, we're not going to play scales, but I want to play little pieces of it. Listen to this. There it is on that string, all on this string. So how about something like this? Cool. And then I also think of this as D minor. Look what I did there. D, F, A, C. And then I went E, G. Okay? So let's get into this a little bit and then we'll talk a little bit later. Here's our groove. Excuse me. And I'll improvise a little bit and you watch that D minor and that D pentatonic stuff. Now, what did you notice, or what can be noticed most about that? I think it was the phrasing. I did sort of a little question-answer type phrasing. And let's just practice together some simple ones. So here's a little groove again. And let's just use these notes. 1. Needs to feel like a song, so here comes the phrasing. Do that with me. Again. Cool. All I did is I used notes. That's D minor. And I use this as my target. Then I work to there, then I work to there, then I work to there. Good. So let me play around with that a little bit and I'll do it in some other places. Exactly the same type of phrasing. Sorry. Okay, listen to this. Wait for the phrase to come. Here we go. Gonna take it up here. By going here, I did the same thing as there. I'll shift this time. Cool. Now, just a little D minor phrasing. Do that with me. I did a little slur here. Let's do that again. Let's stop for a second. That's F major again. That's just the D minor starting on the third. C major is also part of that, so let's do this one. Let's try that. This lower one first. 2, 3, 4. The upper one, C major. F major. Back to our pentatonic. Yeah. I know that I'm just throwing things out for you, but the ones you like, pick them out and work on them, okay? Let me play just a little bit now, and I'll put a number of things in, but I'll still stay with either my D minor sound. And for this minor, I'm using Dorian, you know. D minor scale sounds like this. I'm doing this. It just kind of has that cool sound. And then I'll also use my pentatonic. Here we go, let's do it again. 2. But we gotta wait for it. I want it to feel right. Yeah, that's enough. There should be some cool little things in there. Let me get my play along back. There we go. Some things in there you could figure out. And let me show you one other thing that's kind of cool. I've been using these little mute things here just to get this sound. Watch this. Here's just a piece of paper. I tore a chunk off, folded it over, and watch this. This is kind of a cool thing. I like to record myself, and I like to record a bass line, some little chords, and maybe a solo thing, and I like to use some different sounds. Ooh, let's hear what that sounds like. Haha. How about we take the mutes out and get a little paper? Well, that's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, that might just be fun for you to play around, get some different sounds. If you make this too tight, it tends not to rattle, okay? Let me show you one other thing that I didn't do at all in there, but I do a lot in this kind of, for lack of a better phrase, modal thing. I don't really think modal. I think little chordal shapes, little diatonic shapes. But one thing I do sometimes is I've got this D minor sound I'm working with here. Well, the 5 chord of that is... And this happens to be an augmented chord. Here's just a regular dominant chord. Well, I turned it into an augmented. Try it. It wants to resolve. Let's hear that. I'll stick those in every once in a while here. There it was. The inversion of it. Sure, show that again, real clear. Inversion of it. Back. place to start. We started on the root, we started on the third, here was on the fifth, and here was on the augmented part. Augmented fifth. Let's play around with that a little bit again. I want my muted sound back. I'm liking that. It's kind of allowing me to be a little bit subtle and sort of sneaky sounding. Cool, I hope that's helpful. Now, one of the things you have to do, though, as opposed to just jam, is you need to work some phrases out. I've done that, of course. I've worked out all my little... Sure, I've worked out the different inversions of those pentatonic shapes, and I know my D minor well. And then I just try to make melodic shapes. And by the way, you say sometimes, Jim, I don't know how to make a melodic shape. What's good about it? Well, how about stealing something? You hear that one that I did a bunch that went... Guess what? I stole that about 10 or 15 years ago from Marcus Miller. And what was kind of cool, when I heard him play it, I went, hey, I know that. He stole it from a couple of great jazz players I used to listen to all the time. Just listen to really good music. And you need to work with simplistic stuff like this to start with. One chord and create little melodic shapes, questions and answer. It's just too hard to start with, a whole bunch of chord changes or just, hey, I got D Dorian, what do I do? No. How about little melodic phrases? Work it out. Have some fun with that. I think I'll go out at the end here with a little more improvisation. Come on here. I'll jam just a little bit on this here. Phrasing's coming up. I can feel it. Yeah.